Hey, I am now live. At least I have been told that I am now live. Have not popped up on my own YouTube stream yet, though, so to do something. Hey, there I am. All right. Do we have anyone here yet? Oh, hi, AV. I have at least one person here. This gets to that. I'm going to do that. All right. Gonna see if anyone else that I invited is going to show up. That might take a minute. I think I have everything set up. This is not only the first stream I have hosted by myself, it's also the first stream I have hosted from StreamYard. So okay. So, what kind of arts and crafts or writing are you going to be working on today, AV? Hello. Cool, cool. Sketches are fun. Sasha, what are you doing today? I suppose I should say what I'm doing. I'm going to be splitting my time between writing and learning how to use Krita, which is a free image manipulation software, which I used last night. It's like, it's been a long time since I was a Photoshop pro. Knitting, that's cool. So I think at least today the format's going to be very similar to a writing stream, which means it's going to be like me talking to you guys and then intermersing that with sprints where we are quiet and just doing the things. Cool. You may be where I got the recommendation for Krita. Photoshop is so expensive, and it's like a monthly thing. I need to use a different program. So I feel like I got another recommendation for some kind of image manipulation software, but I can't find it on my system. So for now, I'm trying to learn Krita, which today's thumbnail was brought to you by Krita and several hours of work yesterday. Now, the thing that I want to do that's different than the regular writing streams is if you guys send me like a photo of what you were doing or picture, I can put those on the screen. So I can be like, hi everybody, this is how much I got knit during the sprint. If you guys just want to send those to me on Discord or tweet them at me, though everybody here is my friend on Discord. And you don't have to. I just think it would be fun if you guys want to share photos of what you're doing. Yeah. So far, I've been able to make Krita do what I need it to do while Googling, how do I do this? So do you guys think you want to do like a first sprint? Sasha, I don't know if I don't think you've ever done writing live streams. That's just when like we put on a timer and I mute and everybody just works for however long that timer goes. And then we get back and we start talking again. Nice. I look forward to it. Oh, and just once again, probably just for Sasha, there's about a 10-second delay from me to you. So there's that. So do you think you guys want to do like a 15-minute sprint just to be a little slow here? I mean, mostly at this point for image manipulation, I suppose I could go with GIMP. But like for this, I wanted to just have an image and throw some text on it. So I think maybe I'll also dig around and see, because I remember the last time that I needed something like this, and I asked you, I think about Krita, and you were saying basically the same thing you are now, and I was like, okay, I'll try and find a different thing, and I got a different recommendation, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. So that's what I'll do. I'll go dig around on Discord to find out what recommendation I had. All right, but first I'm going to pull up a timer. I will not be doing a timer dance because that is done when Marcus is pulling up a timer, and he is not here. Something about like a wedding anniversary or something, little things. He and Matilda having a wedding anniversary. Minute timer. Ooh. All right. Now let's see if I can figure out how to share a screen. Let's see. Looks like that one. So I think I've already mentioned this is the first time that I have. Is it there? No. Is it there? No. You know, it might have been responsible for me to figure this out before doing this. But, like, where's the fun in that? Well, I have no idea where this is. Um, there it is. It's this is true, AV. This is true. But I found it. It's right in plain sight. It's right in plain sight. All right. So that's got that up. Is that really what it looks like on your guys' end? Oh, can't check because that's the one with the timer. All right. So just gonna go make a banner. Add a banner and well, that sounds all kinds of fun. Good luck dealing with that. Okay, so I'm gonna mute and we're gonna sprint. That'll be a great time. See you guys in 15. Ray! 15 minutes. So, how did everybody do on their assorted crafts? I personally got to the point of making a beautiful white canvas. That's as far as I got. I did remember as I was looking through, and it's like, oh, what program was recommended to me? I remember, Sasha, we talked, and it was like, just like, I ended up going for like a really old version of Photoshop that I had for free. So it's like, that's what we're coming out to. And then that didn't work out really well. So been trying to learn how to use GIMP now. That's good. That's good. Let's see if StreamYard will catch up with YouTube so that I can. Oh, I should take off the banner. There we go. Prep work is important. It's also what I did. Prep work is so important. Though I'm slightly biased. I am incredibly prep worky. Yeah, that's figuring out you made a big mistake 2 years ago. Is it at least salvageable, or are you just going to have to start over? Writing is good too. You're working on that one web comic thing that you were telling me about. Look at this supportive sip here who has no idea what is going on in your artistic life. Yeah, is the knitting, is it going to be a lot of work to fix? Can it be fixed? What kind of project is it from 2 years ago? Well, that's frustrating. That's, yeah. I mean, frustrating, and then also writing is good. It's in fact probably what I'm going to do next sprint. Well, that's probably what I'm going to do half of next sprint, is work on sorting out. I'm also on the prep work stage of writing. Well, that's cool, and also very disappointing that it's not working. I know you're really into Dave Petta. But yeah, the writing I'm doing, like, I did a thought dump where I just wrote everything in one document, and now I am sorting it onto. Well, that's cool. That's very, working on that first draft is very cool. But yeah, with my writing, it's just like I did a thought dump where it's just like, and here are all of the things, and now I am sorting it into World Anvil. I'm making up pages for everything that's like, this is a location or a person or whatever. And then I have a running document that's like, and these are plot point ideas. So lots of prep work, definitely worth it once I finish getting done with it. Once I finish getting done with it. Yes. Those are how words work. Well, that's disappointing. It's never a good sign when I have disappointing tea. It makes me very sad. Now, Sasha, is this the webcomic that's based on a fanfic that you already did? The incredibly derivative fanfic that was basically just all original? Yeah, disappointing tea is never good. But hey, I've got other tea. Um, it already has milk. It's actually a tea latte, and I did add some more sweetener to it. I can't have honey, unfortunately, uh, because I get severe reactions right away to sugar. Specifically, I get terrible migraines if I have any sugar. But I do use Splenda, and that is helping. But the thing is, because I knew it was going to be a tea latte, I made the tea stronger. Like I used more tea leaves, and I just think something in there is too strong. It's a chai, and so I think just one of the chai spices is coming off as too strong and bitter. But it's tea. It's sweetened. Um, that's also, I think, part of the problem. We have coffee syrups, like the kind that you would do at a coffee shop. And I was like, oh, this is an apple chai. It'll probably be good with caramel syrup. And I tried that, and it just didn't mix as well as I thought it was going to mix. So I'll do this recipe again. Next time, I think I will just have the chai by itself, just a little bit of sweetener to kick it up. So I mean, that's not, that's cool. There's obviously going to be some things that are different when you're stepping just a little bit further into that original work path. So I'm also not a tea elitist. I try not to be in anything elitist. Like, I'm not going to say to somebody, this is not the right way to drink your tea. Um, I mean, there are things that I'm not going to do to my tea. But putting milk and sweetener in them is not one of them. That's fine. I'm actually, I've been struggling for it. I'm trying to find breakfast tea, and I found one, but for reasons it doesn't really work. But I'm trying to find one that's just like got a really, really strong flavor that I can add milk and sweetener to without it just ending up tasting like sweetened tea. It's a lot of like it just even this to a degree. It's just like, oh, the tea itself doesn't really stand up too well on its own, and it can be covered in that milk and sweetener. But yeah, No tea blasphemies. I do not have tea blasphemies. I do have, and I was doing this yesterday. Yesterday, I woke up with a really sore throat, which, because of COVID, I can't go back to work for 72 hours after having a symptom like that. So that's fun. I'm feeling so much better, and I still can't go to work tomorrow. But yesterday, so I was drinking tea, and there's a kind of tea called honeybush. It's a subsection of rooibos. So it's an herbal tea. But if you put just a little bit of sweetener in there, it does taste like your tea has honey in it. So I was doing double ginger, which is one of my favorite teas, and then a little bit of honeybush. So I couldn't drink tea with honey in it to make my throat feel better, but I could taste like I was doing it. Yeah, coffee is just not something that I ever acquired a taste for. Um, I'm not there for the bitter bean juice. Here for my bitter leaf juice. My husband is super into coffee though, which is why we have an espresso machine with a little steam wand on it, which is very nice. But yeah, there are lots of good teas, and if you're also like not into the flavor of tea as much, herbal teas are great, especially in the evening, because most of them are caffeine free. I only know one herbal tea that's got caffeine, and that's mate. I think that's how it's pronounced. Possibly mate. But you can also get just a much wider variety of teas that are herbal, or more variety of taste, because technically an herbal tea isn't a tea, because tea is from a very specific plant, like brown tea, black tea, green tea, white tea. Those are all the same plant. It's just been harvested and then treated differently. But herbal teas are anything you throw into a cup and use hot water to steep. It's an herbal tea. Thank you for attending my tea talk. I will happily talk about tea forever, which I probably shouldn't. And maybe just as well Marcus isn't here, because the two of us were just all the tea all the time. So, you guys feel up for another sprint? Maybe 20 minutes this time? And we wait on the lag. This is my favorite cute mom. Oh. I mean, you're technically not wrong. You can buy like tea bags of coffee, which is something that, oh, so we now have gained another watcher. Hello. I know that you don't have an account, so you're not going to be participating in chat, but I'm happy that you and Zwirling the cat are here. Zwirling actually continues to be a favorite at my place of work, because I've got a real dumb photo of them as my desktop that just brings joy every time I log onto my work account. But yeah, they sell essentially what is a tea bag of tea, which, like, a couple of weeks before we brought it in at work, my dad was like, is there any reason you couldn't do that? Like, wouldn't that make sense to have? And then like I found it at work and I just had to text my dad. Okay, so we are going to be doing another sprint. Going to be doing it for 20 minutes. We will have more crafts. But I have to find a new timer. Little tentacle kitty can be doing a timer dance while I find a timer. Ooh. Found another one with space. It's all space all the time today, I guess. All right, so share the screen. Yes, yes. The banner. Much smoother this time. All right, you guys. Talk to you again in 20. Hey, and we are done now, and we have somebody new in chat. Hello. AV, what they're talking about is you can have tea made of leaves of the like plant that you get coffee from. So it's not exactly coffee tea, but it's tea made of coffee leaves, which, according to the website that I get all my tea from, don't taste like tea, but PB Choco Cake thought that they definitely had like a coffee taste in there. I didn't, but I'm not really a coffee person, so I don't know how these things work. All right. Yeah, so we finished the 20. How did everybody else do? I actually made progress on my in fairness, kind of not very exciting project. I got these little notebooks to carry around so that I can um, record when I'm having migraines and migraine symptoms and things like that. And they've got a little pocket in them. And I'm making a card to go in there it's got like my migraine scale on it and just other information so I can prompt myself. I actually, on the first day I had this, I dropped it at work and I came in the next day because it had, hey, Justin! I was about to go on Discord and tell you we were still going, but glad to see you here. Feel all the support. But anyway, I dropped one of these at work, and the next day I found it with a post-it note on it that said Aaron ? And the way they'd figured out it was mine was because the only sentence written in it was no migraine, smiley face. And they're like, that seems like, I can't think of anyone else carrying around a notebook that brags that they didn't get a migraine today. But yes, it's a kind of boring project, but I'm making progress on it and I'm happy about it. I also definitely did not go on Discord and respond to the question of the day bot asking, well, I mean, it's writing related. It's asking, is there something you include in every or most of the stories you write? Is it on purpose or does it just happen? And my response was queer characters and non-standard relationships. Non-standard meaning that romance is either poly or non-existent, because both poly and aromantic relationships are underrepresented. But, wasn't exactly what I was supposed to be doing with the time. How did everybody else do? What did everybody else do? And I have left the banner on. It is gone now. Look at me learning all these live stream lessons. I love this tentacle kitty so much. I don't know if I'm just getting used to it or if it being colder stopped the problem, but this is getting tastier the more I drink it. I know, like, when I first tried it, I was like, do I have to just dump this because it tastes terrible? But now it's, a reasonable taste. Anybody else do anything during our sprint? I would only expect Avi and Sasha because Choco Cake and Justin only just joined us. Okay, gonna wait for that comment to pop up in StreamYard. Yeah, I have the chat from YouTube open. Haha, there it goes. So Sasha got some writing done, talking about paradoxes, why they're not relevant to this specific scenario. This isn't a Homestuck one, right? This is the one that's like 6 degrees of separation from Gravity Falls. So I will say this, if anyone is looking for time travel, really well done time travel story, Homestuck has the most consistent time travel. It deals with a lot of paradoxes. And yeah, that could be the case, like, or, you know, whatever bitter flavorant in it. Like, I'd only been up, I had just eaten a muffin before drinking it, so that could be it too. Like my mouth, my taste buds could have been really primed for sweet, which is kind of the negative that can happen when I'm drinking tea, like as I'm having breakfast. So it's possibly a combination of getting used to it and the fact that my tongue is no longer primed for sweet baked goods. Very nice, very nice. Got some coloring done. Is the tangentially Gravity Falls. Justin is still in bed. Perfectly understandable. I don't, Avi, I don't remember what time zone you're in, but in the time zone that myself and everyone else in the chat are in, it's currently 8 a.m. We started at 7 a.m. And while I'm a morning person, not all of the people in my life are. I mean, practice. Practice is going to make that faster for you. I've been watching a lot of videos from Adam Savage, one of the guys from Mythbusters, and there's a thing he said. What is it? Lack of knowledge can be compensated for by time. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, taking longer to do it will balance that. And, you know, if you're not very good at making the backgrounds look nice, time and practice will do that. But in the middle of it, it sucks. I mean, that's basically what I've been doing with, now moved on to GIMP. Basically, what I've been doing there is being like, I should know this. Why is this so hard? Why is this so slow? 3 p.m. Yeah. Oh, so similar for where I'm sitting. Not quite, but similar where I'm sitting for the Sock Gnome streams. Like, those start at noon for me. Yeah. Now I keep telling myself, like yesterday, like I said, when I was making the thumbnail, because I was like, I should have a thumbnail for that. The amount of time I had to spend making that. And all it is, it's an image that I had to resize with text on it. And then the little picture that's me in a circle, which I don't know. Like, I assumed there was a really easy way to get that. And it was surprisingly difficult. Time does these things. paradox. I went back in time and stopped myself from getting a time machine, so I can't go back in time in the first place. Yeah. I'm not familiar with this specific thought experiment. So, y'all have fun, I guess. So this emoji is different in StreamYard than it is on YouTube, and I'm going to be honest, I like the YouTube one better. Yeah, time paradoxes are fun. You can do some interesting things. I have a short story that I've been meaning to do with paradoxes, but like I'm kind of iffy if it's not. So essentially, somebody travels back in time, is in the situation where they may have to make sure that they're born, and then finds out that they are the product of non consensual conduct, and therefore is suddenly in a. You're like, I don't want this to happen to my mom. Am I worth this happening to my mom? But it's such a delicate subject that I'm not sure if I'll ever actually do it. Yeah, still waking up. That makes sense. Especially with the whole daylight savings time thing. This is not the first stream where starting it has been interesting due to daylight savings time, and will probably not be my last. It's a song about the ship that includes the line, "It's a wonder if we expect a thing to stay the same at all." Also not familiar with the song, though it is sounding like. Sasha, I don't know if you've read Thud or if you've read it recently enough. Thud by Terry Pratchett. All it's making me think of is the axe of my father, like the bit where the locating is talking to Vimes, and he's like, "This is the axe of my father," or "This is the axe of my grandfather." But sometimes we've had to replace this with that, but it is still the axe of my father. So if you remember that from the story, you can tell me if I'm on the right lines or not. Okay, the axe is the same thought experiment. Don't worry, Justin. Sasha just. I now know exactly how the analogy works because Discworld. I really enjoy Discworld so much, guys. So, you guys want to do another sprint? We can also keep talking about paradoxes, but we can also do another sprint if you guys are up to it right now. Yeah, I think it's that my tongue was primed for sweet. I keep feeling like I should make myself some really bland biscuits that I can eat while I'm drinking tea. Because whenever I'm eating anything that's got any amount of sweet in it, my mouth's like, oh, that's bitter. What are you doing to us? Bland biscuits. Yeah, we are made of cells that replace themselves in our identity. Just have the feel. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not all of our body parts replace themselves. Like teeth. Is there? Yeah, no, I agree with Sasha that the museum part made perfect sense. And it is a fun twist. But yeah, no, I mean part of the book that I was referencing has to do with if a duplication of a thing that was actually a duplication was made, because the axe of my forefathers bit was to talk about, okay, this thing that has this great significance maybe isn't the exact same as it was when that significance was made, but like it still counts. Okay. Teeth can still replace themselves if they're damaged slowly enough. Wonder if this is why some people just like don't get cavities. Their teeth are just better at regenerating. I am one of those lucky people. I think in my life I've had like one cavity and I have not always had great oral hygiene. Yeah, because I was also going to be like, and your bones, except I was like, no, I know that bones replace themselves. And even like our personalities change dramatically. Like the thing that we think of as being us, whenever I look back and I'm like, this is who I was several years ago, like that's really not who I am now. It's very different ideas, different priorities, different knowledge. So, like, the thing I have the most similarity with that person is the idea that it was me. I am me, and that's the only constant. As somebody on the brink of 30, that's, you know, slightly concerning. Yeah, I'm 30 in less than a month. Wild. So, would anyone like to sprint again? And if so, does anyone have a suggested time? Yeah. As a kid, I ate a bunch of sugar. I don't eat any now, so hopefully my mouth will be even less cavity sensitive. It's my gums that are bad, but I literally can't eat sugar more than like a piece of fruit. I can eat the whole fruit. That's about it. Another sprint sounds fun. Well, yeah, that one's on the same line as the like Star Trek. Are you a new person when you get out of a teleporter one? All right, Justin is almost ready to sprint. But yeah, I feel like that's the same as the are you still the same person you were before you went into the transporter? Or do you die and become replaced with a double? Replaced with a clone? I want to thank everybody for showing up today. This is the first time I've done sprint on my own. I'm planning on, let me see something quick. Saturday, April 3rd, going to be doing like a 12-hour live stream because I really enjoyed being part of the 24-hour live stream. And Matilda has definitely expressed interest, so I will probably have a co-host for at least part of it, which may be helpful. $25 to 30 minutes. Well, that depends on what happens to the original you now, doesn't it? Well, then once again, like when you're put back together, you still think of me, I as me. And then that I feel like goes back to the like, are you the same person you were 10 years ago? Oh, yeah. If you get a brain scan without dying, it's just a mental clone. Probably get like a 25-minute then, probably. And kind of waiting on if Justin is almost ready to sprint, I'd like him to be sprinting with us. That would be fun. I mean, I suppose they just start with us again later. And now the thing about this, and I feel like this is always whenever you've got certain kinds of cloning. Not all cloning, but certain types of cloning, the ones that are like just a copy of you suddenly pops into existence. Like you're both going to think you're the original because you both have all the memories and experiences. And so when you're in the computer, like the you in the computer is going to be like, ah, yes, I was scanned into a computer. And the you outside the computer is going to be, ah, yes, I had a copy of me put into the computer. But I am the one who is shaped by these memories and these whatever. I wonder if like you were copied, like in one of the words, like you were an exact duplicate of you was made, and then you both kind of had similar enough lives that the ways you changed were similar. Like then is that clone of you who's definitely not you, but is mentally more similar to you than you 10 years ago. Like that sentence didn't make any sense, and I apologize. but yeah, just the if you have a clone that is more like you than the old you used to be. And Justin is back. Yeah, because otherwise I just have to keep talking about random things. Just me, I mean, I suppose I can introduce my writing or my crafting buddies. This is Jade. I love her a lot. I have not named this tentacle kitty, but she was given to me by someone very special in my life. And she is part of they did a limited edition series run on essential workers, which is why she's got a grocery bag and then this little thing that's got a name thing there. Because I work in food retail. I am this essential worker. She's so cute. And Justin is ready to sprint. Excellent. So, Avi said 25 to 30. Let's go with 25. Again, Tentacle Kitty can do the timer dance while I find a timer. This is Of course, there's literally only one person here who is familiar with the timer dance and understands what's going on. Hey, I found a timer. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Going to share that screen. All right, 25-minute timer. I will get back to you guys when 25 minutes is over. All right. And that is the end of that sprint. How did everybody do? How does everyone feel their time was spent? Oh, stop casting screen. So I'm going to keep this here. Put right there. Justin had a decent sprint. Mine went pretty good. I finished making on GIMP the little card that I was talking about before. Well, I want to find more stuff to put on it, but all the stuff that I need is on there. And I'm starting to design my own planner pages because I am desperate to find a planner setup that works for me. Because I'm so much more productive when I'm doing a planner, which I'll usually use for maybe a couple of weeks and then I fall out. But I'm not really sure if I'm more productive because I'm using the planner or if I have the energy to use the planner and therefore already the energy to be productive. So we will see. I got to write some siblings being dumb at each other, so that's fun. I suppose that neither of us knows how that is. Got some more background done. Good. Is that, you feeling happy with that? Is it coming along? And yes, siblings being done. Classic. Always is. Yeah, there's also some things that's really important that I track and I track well, such as migraines, because, neurologists like to know things like how many migraine days do you have a month? I just had to get a new neurologist because my old one left. And she asked me that, and I was like, especially for me, my migraines last a long time. So it's like, well, if I have a migraine that month, probably over a week's worth of migraine days. If I don't, well, then I'm not going to have any. But it's like one or the other extreme. But I need to track that. And then also if I'm tracking other things, like doing my PT, my physical therapy or something like that. And I think I want to make a chart for that separately. Because if I then if I can put gold stars on it, as dumb as that sounds for someone who's 30, that makes it a little bit more exciting. And I'm like, I can't tell my journal that I didn't do my physical therapy. I have to do it. So I put it in there and then I can give myself a star. It's all about finding out what works for you. I'm considering becoming active on Instagram just so that I can weekly put out posts that are like, look at all the stars that I got on my star chart. And I feel obligated to post it. Maybe not well. Let me see. Well, we got AV. It's going decently well. I think I'm satisfied. What I really want those to get to the foreground. It's good. Having goals, that's good too. Well, we will see. It is not dumb. I mean, I partially know this, and then partially it's really this thing that is there to improve your health and make it so you don't get migraines. And the thing that's going to make you do it is a sticker. Seems like some slightly messed up priorities, but hey, if it works, it works. Especially because I've got got a Cricut cutting machine so I can make my own stickers. And I can get like fancy hologram shiny paper. I can also get glitter paper, but that's like rough on the machine. You have to clean it a whole lot. It messes up all your stuff. So brains be that way. Don't I know it? Just like, come on, brain. At least try and prioritize my health sometimes. No. Brain apparently just thinks it's funny if I've got nothing going on. Why? Yes, the stickers will help me stick the landing. Thank you, Justin. How does that look? Excuse me. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay. That looks fine. So we've been streaming for about 2 hours at this point. My kind of the time I want on these is 2 to 3 hours, and I am getting a bit tired here. Do we want to that's strange. Hopefully it will be passed soon. But starting to get a bit tired. I think that I am going to call it right now. As I mentioned on Discord yesterday, I was a little bit sick, so I will now rest. I will hopefully see you guys next week, at least some of you, because I do want to try and do this. Yes, food is very important. It's one of the reasons, because I considered starting it earlier at like 6:30, but I get out of bed at 6, and I was like, no, make sure you eat something first. So I am going to sign off now. I will hopefully see you guys in the future. I'm planning on doing this. Thank you. I'm planning on doing this at least next week and possibly more on. So I will see you guys hopefully then. Bye.